The wildcard weekend. A test of gridiron glory. The NFL playoffs. A single elimination crucible where regular season records become irrelevant as soon as the clock starts. Every snap crackles with intensity. Every yard is a battleground. Wildcard weekend is where dreams take flight and seasons end in heartbreak. And this year is no different. The matchups are tantalizing. Let's first dive into the AFC matchups. First up, we have Justin Herbert's Chargers heading to Houston to face a Texans team many have left for dead. The Chargers, led by their young and dynamic quarterback, are looking to make a statement. Herbert has been nothing short of spectacular this season, showcasing his arm strength and poise under pressure. The Texans, on the other hand, have struggled mightily, but don't let their record fool you. This team has heart and plays with a chip on their shoulder, especially when they're at home. They're well coached and desperate, their fans bringing a certain energy that can be infectious, and the players feed off that. The coaching staff has done a commendable job keeping the team motivated despite the odds. They know that a win against a high-profile team like the Chargers could turn their season around. This game hinges on the trenches. The battle between the offensive and defensive lines will be crucial. The Chargers' offensive line has been solid, but they'll face a stern test against a Texans defensive front that prides itself on getting after the quarterback. The Texans' defensive line, though not filled with big names, plays with relentless effort and determination. Can the Chargers' offensive line give Herbert time against a relentless Texans pass rush? Herbert's quick release and ability to read defenses will be key if he can get into a rhythm early. It could be a long day for the Texans secondary. But if the Texans can disrupt his timing and force him into mistakes, they have a shot at pulling off the upset. As for our opinion, us here at Math and Maticians believe the Texans win a close fight. This game will be a test of wills, but in the end, the Texans' talent and Stroud's playmaking ability will be the difference. Expect a hard-fought battle, but the Texans should come out on top, keeping their playoff hopes alive. Next, we head to the Charm City. Baltimore, a town that lives and breathes football, will be buzzing with excitement. The Steelers are known for their tough physical style of play, and their fans are some of the most passionate in the league. This week, they face a formidable opponent in the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers, led by their suffocating defense, hope to stop a speedy Lamar Jackson and the high-flying Ravens. Jackson, with his dual threat capability, presents a unique challenge. The Steelers' defense will need to be at their best to contain him. They've been one of the top units in the league, excelling in both pass rush and coverage. This is a classic clash of styles. The Steelers' grinded-out approach versus the Ravens' explosive big play offense. It's a matchup that always delivers drama and intensity. The key for the Steelers will be to control the tempo and keep Jackson off the field as much as possible. The Steelers want to control the clock and grind out a win. Their running game, led by a powerful offensive line, will be crucial. If they can sustain long drives and keep the Ravens' offense on the sidelines, they'll have a good chance of coming out on top. The Ravens want to score quickly and force the Steelers out of their comfort zone. Jackson's ability to make plays with both his arm and legs makes the Ravens' offense one of the most dangerous in the league. If they can get an early lead, it will put pressure on the Steelers to play catch-up, which is not their forte. This one is a coin flip. Much closer than Vegas is giving the Steelers credit for. But give me the Ravens at home as long as the Steelers cannot find a way to keep Jackson stranded in the backfield. The home field advantage and the Ravens' offensive prowess will be the deciding factors. Expect a high-scoring, hard-hitting affair that goes down to the wire. Finally, we have the Broncos traveling to the freezing fields of Buffalo to face Josh Allen and the Bills. The Buffalo cold always plays a factor for visiting teams, but we feel the Broncos will be less affected than other teams with their home in Denver. This game features two of the most exciting quarterbacks in the league, making it a must-watch. Josh Allen has been a revelation for the Bills, combining a strong arm with impressive and surprising mobility. Russell Wilson, though more experienced, still plays with the energy and creativity of a young star. Both quarterbacks have the ability to take over a game and make highlight reel plays. The Bills' offense has been unstoppable at times, but their defense has shown vulnerabilities. Allen's connection with his receivers has been electric, and the running game has provided balance. However, the defense has had lapses, giving up big plays and struggling to get off the field on third downs. The Broncos, on the other hand, are more balanced. They have a solid defense that can create turnovers, and a versatile offense that can quickly adapt to different situations. Wilson's leadership and experience will be crucial in guiding the team through tough moments. This will be a shootout, and in the end, Josh Allen and the Bills take it in a thriller. The game will likely come down to which quarterback can make the big play in the clutch. With the home crowd behind them and Allen's knack for late-game heroics, the Bills should edge out the Broncos in a high-scoring affair. Over in the NFC, the action is just as intense. The stakes are high, and every team is fighting tooth and nail to keep their Super Bowl dreams alive. The NFC has always been known for its competitive spirit, and this year is no different. With powerhouse teams and rising stars, the playoff picture is as unpredictable as ever. Jordan Love and the Packers visit Philadelphia to face off against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. The Eagles are the favorites, but don't count out the Packers. Green Bay has a passionate fan base and a team that thrives on being the underdog. The energy in the stadium will be electric, with both sets of fans cheering their hearts out. Both teams are young and hungry with dynamic quarterbacks, making for an extremely high-powered game. Hurts has the ability to make plays with both his arm and his legs, making him a dual threat that defenses struggle to contain. The Eagles' offense is unpredictable and can strike at any moment. This game could come down to turnovers. In high-stakes games like this, a single mistake can change the course of the game. Both teams will need to protect the football and capitalize on any opportunities to take it away from their opponent. If the Eagles can force Love into a couple of mistakes, they will easily be able to run away with the game. The Eagles' defense has been opportunistic all season, and they'll need to be at their best to disrupt Love's rhythm and create turnovers. With all of this said, we think there is little to be done to bring down the high-flying Eagles at their home stadium. We do not think it will be impossible for the Packers, but the likelihood of that does not seem promising. Lastly, as of Wednesday before their game, Jalen Hurts is currently working through concussion protocol, while Jordan Love is recovering from an elbow injury. If either of these injuries persist, we could see a much different game than originally anticipated. Next up, we have the Commanders heading south to face Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers for what we believe to be the first upset of the week. Although the Commanders had a better record during the regular season, the Buccaneers being at home and also winning their previous meeting is making them the favorite by Vegas's standards. This game has all the makings of an upset special. The Commanders have been playing with a chip on their shoulder, and at this point, they have nothing to lose. They're coming into this game with confidence and a belief that they can shock the world. The Commanders are playing their best football of the season. Their offense is clicking and their defense is making big plays. This is a team that has found its identity at the right time, and they're peaking when it matters most. Dan Quinn, as head coach with Cliff Kingsbury and Joe Witt backing him up, has this team believing. The experienced coach has instilled a sense of belief and resilience in his team. Quinn's leadership has been crucial in turning the Commanders' season around, and his players are responding to his message. The Buccaneers, on the other hand, have been inconsistent all year. Despite having a quarterback that has really stepped up this season, they've struggled to find consistency on both sides of the ball. Injuries and a lack of cohesion have plagued their season. The Buccaneers' offense has shown flashes of miracles, but they've also had their fair share of struggles. Mayfield will need to be at his best to lead his team to victory. In our opinion, does the Commanders pull off the upset? In a game where anything can happen, the Commanders' belief and momentum could carry them to a shocking victory. This is the kind of game that makes the playoffs so exciting. Finally, we have the Vikings hosting the defending champion Rams. This is a matchup between two teams with very different stories this season. The Vikings have been one of the league's biggest surprises, while the Rams are looking to defend their title. The Vikings have exceeded their initial season expectations and have become a force to be reckoned with. Their success has been a combination of strong team play and standout performances from key players. Sam Darnold is having a career year. The younger quarterback has been playing some of the best football of his career, leading his team with poise and precision. His connection with his receivers has been a highlight of the Vikings season. Justin Jefferson is a matchup nightmare. The young wide receiver has been nearly unstoppable, making big plays week after week. His ability to stretch the field and make contested catches has been a game changer for the Vikings. But the Rams are the defending champs for a reason. They have a roster full of talent and experience, and they know what it takes to win in the playoffs. Their journey to the Super Bowl last year has prepared them for the challenges they'll face. The Rams have been battle-tested and have proven they can win in hostile environments. Their ability to stay composed under pressure will be crucial in this game. In our opinion, we have the Rams winning a very close game, for our second upset of the week, according to Vegas. In what promises to be a thrilling game, the Rams' experience and talent give them the edge. The Vikings will put up a fight, but the defending champs will find a way to come out on top. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's remember that these are just predictions. Anything can happen in the NFL playoffs. But assuming our predictions hold true, we're in for some incredible divisional round matchups. The stage is set for an epic showdown as the top teams in the AFC prepare to battle it out for a spot in the conference championship. Fans are buzzing with excitement and the atmosphere is electric. The Texans, if they can get past the Chargers, will have their hands full with the Chiefs. The Texans have shown resilience throughout the season, but facing the high-powered offense of the Chiefs is a different challenge altogether. Patrick Mahomes is on a mission to get back to the Super Bowl. His leadership and playmaking abilities have been on full display, and he's determined to lead his team to victory. The Chiefs are the most explosive team in the league. With a dynamic offense that can score from anywhere on the field, they are a nightmare for any defense. It's hard to see anyone beating them in Kansas City. Chiefs win big. Arrowhead Stadium is one of the toughest places to play, and the home field advantage could be the deciding factor. The Ravens, if they can upset the Steelers, will then travel to Buffalo to face the Bills. The Ravens have been a formidable team, and their defense has been particularly strong this season. This would be a rematch of last year's divisional round matchup, which the Bills won in a rout. The Bills have been consistent and are looking to repeat their success. This year, however, the Ravens are healthier and more experienced. With key players back from injury, they are poised to make a deep playoff run. This game could go either way, but I'm giving the edge to the Bills at home. The Bills' home crowd and their balanced attack on both sides of the ball make them a tough opponent to beat. In the NFC, the Commanders, if they can shock the Buccaneers, will then face a Lions team that has been one of the NFL's best stories. The Lions are young and hungry and have literally been unstoppable at home this season with a perfect 8-0 record. The Commanders, on the other hand, have a young quarterback in Jaden Daniels who has yet to be battle-tested. Combined with a rookie head coach, these two will refuse to leave the playoffs without a fight. But in the end, we believe the Lions are too unstoppable at home. Finally, the Rams, if they can get past the Vikings, will then head to Philadelphia and do their best to ground the high-flying Eagles. This would be a rematch of their Week 12 matchup, which the Eagles won. However, the Rams are a different team now. They're healthier and more in sync. With all of that said, we believe if this matchup does happen, the Eagles take a dominant win. The beauty of the NFL playoffs is that every game has ripple effects. The outcome of one game can dramatically alter the landscape of the next round. If the Chargers upset the Chiefs, for example, it would open the door for the Texans to make a run to the AFC Championship game. Similarly, if the Buccaneers upset the Commanders, it would set up a potential Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers NFC Championship game. The possibilities are endless. Each game in the NFL playoffs are a sprint, but for many teams, it becomes a marathon as you continue to win. The teams that survive and advance are often the ones that are the most resilient, both physically and mentally. They're the teams that can overcome adversity, learn from their mistakes, and find ways to win when it matters most. Predicting who those teams will be is always a fool's errand, but that's what makes the playoffs so compelling. Beyond the X's and O's, beyond the touchdowns and turnovers, lies the human drama of the NFL playoffs. These are real people with real emotions, putting it all on the line for their teammates, their coaches, and their cities. Every snap is a story waiting to be told. Every game is a testament to the power of hard work, dedication, and the unyielding pursuit of excellence. As the wildcard weekend kicks off, let's take a moment to appreciate the unique blend of athleticism, strategy, and sheer will that makes the NFL playoffs one of the most captivating spectacles in all of sports. The journey to the Super Bowl is paved with uncertainty, and the only guarantee is that we're in for a wild ride. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like the video if you enjoyed what we had to say. Comment if you have anything to add or share or believe we could not be wrong about any of this. And please subscribe to the channel because it greatly supports the work we do here. Thanks again, and until next time, stay calculating, my friends.